Somebody told me one time that a person who watches a lot of documentaries is a person that's very well-rounded. And I wouldn't call myself well-rounded because I'm not exactly the most interested in history, in current events. And it's not that I'm not aware, it's just that I lack the ambition to go out and research more about everything, anything, other than a select few things. I don't have very many interests, and I don't know a lot about a lot. I know a little about a lot, but I don't know a lot by very much. So I decided that I was going to start forcing myself to watch documentaries. Keeping in mind that some documentaries are biased, I understand that not everything that's presented in a documentary is always fact. Regardless, I decided that I would, get on that bandwagon, so that way I can know a lot about a lot, maybe. So, the first, I've been watching a lot of movies lately, which are listed in my blog, and I'm trying to keep the list growing. But I'm currently watching a documentary about Jonestown that's on pause right now because I wanted to go ahead and do this this video. But last week I saw the movie I'm Still Here, which is the documentary with Joaquin Phoenix where he pretends that he's on drugs again, or falling off the wagon, or on alcohol, or whatever else, and which turns out to be a big hoax in the end. But that's that documentary, and I'd heard about it, so I decided I'd watch it, even though the reviews weren't so great. The movie is the movie started off interesting, but it was about 45 minutes too long, in my opinion. Everybody at the time when this was going on, 07, 08, or whenever, Joaquin was going on these talk shows, and, completely just disheveled and not completely there. When he was going on these, talk shows, everybody was actually genuinely concerned. And so everybody at the time was interested. By the time this movie came out, nobody cared. Nobody cares about this movie. Nobody cared about whether Joaquin Phoenix had actually fallen off the wagon. But if you're drunk, or if somebody else wants to watch it, as long as you don't have to pay for it, you should watch this movie. Although if you have Netflix, you can go and watch it on streaming now. And so, not one of the best documentaries to talk about or to watch in the whole essence of becoming more well-rounded, knowing that, seeing this documentary about Joaquin Phoenix didn't necessarily make me any smarter or have something I could bring up in, conversation with somebody else. This isn't history. This isn't math, science, or, anything that could be a worthwhile topic, unless somehow the movie Walk the Line comes up. Even, stretching it. If somebody mentioned Johnny Cash, I would somehow bring up Joaquin Phoenix in the movie Walk the Line, so that way I could talk about how I watched this movie where he pretends to be a drug addict. And that will probably be the end of that conversation. So it's not exactly, you're not exactly learning anything new by watching this movie. Except what everybody already suspected, that it was a hoax, and it was just a big joke to make a movie, and that's exactly what it was. And most of it was pretty uncomfortable to watch, especially the part with P. Diddy, where he's asking him to record his album. Not fun. Not funny, either. Even if you've been smoking pot all day, and you watch this movie, it would still be uncomfortable to watch it. It wouldn't even be funny. I think they're aiming for funny, and it just kind of got weird. So keep that in mind if anybody asks for to watch it. But watch it, learn what a big liar Joaquin Phoenix is, and then watch another movie. Earlier today, I watched a movie called Snuff, which is a documentary about snuff films, whether or not they exist, and just different aspects in media and culture in other countries, just all around, history of snuff films. And then earlier this morning, I watched Roger and Me, which is about Flint, Michigan, 1989, a documentary by Michael Moore about, GM and, just everything horrible that happened to Flint, basically what we know, what's happening now that happened before. So, I'm still here. Don't watch it. Roger and Me, very good movie. Like any other Michael Moore movie, he can get a little bit overbearing. If you look past that, it's a pretty solid documentary. Also, the movie Snuff, interesting as well. If you're interested in cinema or any specific genre, especially just knowing about the origins of the snuff film, and if they exist, it's a pretty complex documentary. It's kind of depressing too, but educational. So, watch Snuff, watch Roger and Me, skip Joaquin Phoenix, unless you're drunk.